In this episode, I'm going to show you how to get this to stop doing this. Be like this. Hey guys, welcome back to Jack on Tracks and another episode of the Fremo build. I mentioned in an earlier episode that these legs weren't as solid as they initially were, and the reason for that was when I built these legs before, I usually recess them into the box, and since they're on hinges and sitting on the edge of the box actually sitting on top of these legs, they got racked. So they're a little loose. Yeah, they move quite a bit. So I can't have that. It's not feasible. They're the module I did all the figuring out on was so bad that it would literally almost fall over. So that one, we're just going to do the same thing to that as I did to this. I'll show you how I did it. The one thing I got to do is I got to take out this cross brace that's in here that keeps everything locked together when it's closed. We're going to rethink that. I'm not going to rethink it, but we're going to reattach it a different way because it doesn't seem to want to stay attached. So what we're going to do is we're going to clamp this down over here to the base. I have everything for that. All right, so basically, I'm not looking for level, I'm just looking for straight. So this will do fine. I know what you're saying, there's a gap. There is a gap. And I have a piece of filler. The door might not be 100% true and square, but it doesn't have to be. It just has to be in place. So all right, now that I got this in place, let me drop this one down. In reality, if I was smart, I would have put these on angles opposite each other, but I didn't because I needed these to fit in here folded up, and they wouldn't do it if they were longer. So basically, what I did was I used all scrap because I wasn't going out to buy more board because I'm way over budget already. So this is 3/4 inch scrap that was ripped off of these boards, and I glued it up with a piece of 1/2 inch over here to make up the difference. And we're just going to go in on an angle, just like that. So let's get to it. My measurements are very simple. I only got to measure once. Well, two things. I got to measure up from the bottom of this leg, 13.5 inches, and then mark it the proper distance from here. Screw this in, and then once it goes up, wherever it lands in here, Bob's your uncle. All right. And yes, I'm in the dining room. I know some of you guys said I wasn't going to have it. Here I am in the dining room. And my wife knows about it. Not happy, but she knows about it. All right. So I'm going to punch a 1/4 inch hole in first. Actually, we're going to I'm going to go smaller hole in first so we can get a good pilot hole. This is really simple. I'm using more of these. These are perfect for toggles, so I'm going with them. I didn't think it was possible, but that drill bit is dull. All right, so we drilled the guide hole. The bolt is 1/4 inch, but the T-nut is 5/16. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go right up to 5/16. I made a relatively clean hole. So this T-nut goes in. I made a mistake building this. For some reason, I wanted the T-nuts all on the legs, which I did. And in reality, I should have put a T-nut on one side of these cross pieces so everything went from one side. Not a big mistake, but it still makes it a little bit interesting to set things up. All right. Now that I've had these apart and together and done a little more thinking, I'm going to have to go revisit the center section. I'm thinking of just making a set of temporary legs for that, because it's a little tricky to set them up. A little bit of leverage makes it easier. So then this part over here is quite simple. All right, up in the middle. That came out cleaner than I thought it was going to come out. I had another T-nut. Where'd it go? All right, so let me grab the second T-nut. So this one's going to go on here. Now I had 3-inch ones. I'm going to need those for now. I need one of those right now. This video is going to be kind of a quick video because this is basically all it is. So and in there. What's nice about these, or you can put a tool in them and crank them in. I have in my box that I bring to shows is I have extra T-nuts, extra 1/4-20s. And I have a couple of these, I can't think of what the eye bolts. I have a couple of these, but longer than any of the ones that are in the thing. So instead of having 2-inch, 2.5, and a whole different assortment of them, I just have a bunch of them that are going to be longer than what I need. So it'll get me through the show, and that's it. So as you can see, just this, not even super tight yet. All right. Just by doing that, it locked it up pretty good. There's going to be some movement. You're just going to have it. It's just the way the monster is. So we're just going to do this. This one's in place. I'm probably going to come back and revisit the T-nuts in the legs and go with, for these cross braces, I'm probably going to come back and revisit them, and I'm probably going to put those in here just to make it a little bit easier. It also makes it a little bit easier to set up. I know which sides, and then I just don't have to deal with trying to figure everything else out. Need a 2.5. 2 5/8. The 3 seems so friggin' long. Yeah, the 3 seems so long, but I guess not. So we'll figure this. Let me get this back up. Just check this out really quick. No, the 3s are perfect. All right, so we're gonna go with 3s on these. This one, just gonna keep tightening this up. So, all right, guys, just give me a quick second, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I got this T-nut pulled all the way in, and so now basically, when we're all done and we're putting everything away, I just pull this one bolt out of the middle, fold it up, folds in, the legs fold in, these lock into place. Everything's one little package ready to go. It's a little heavy. I'm working on that. In the future, you're going to see I'm going to build a cart for this thing. This thing is going to have like a wheelbarrow type cart. The whole hand truck thing that I see guys putting them on, it's too unstable. I'd rather just wheel this thing around like a wheelbarrow, stand it up, done. And that will close up into a little part that sits underneath the layout. All right, so yeah. Let me get this flipped around, and we'll do the other side. I'll do that side in hyper mode. All right. So you guys, be right back.